Welcome to another edition of Easy Talk. You know, we have real talk for true entrepreneurs. Now, today's show is going to be a little different because I'm bringing you resources that you can use to help enhance and grow your business. So for those of you that didn't know, want to know, or need to know, make sure you stay tuned. Let me introduce to you Miss Jozelle Luster Booker. Miss Jozelle Booker is a phenomenal woman. She is described as a passionate, motivated, results-oriented, and a strategic thinker. Miss Jozelle is an experienced minority women-owned business, economic development, supplier diversity, and procurement professional. She's at hands-on right with all of her clients, leading the way, demonstrating the ability to champion change across organizational teams. Ms. Jozelle Booker presently serves as the president and CEO of the Mid-South Minority Business Council, MMBC, as some of you all may know it, Continuum. Also, its sister organization, the Mid-South Minority Council, TADP, the training arm of the operation for the Tennessee MBDA Business Center. Let's welcome again Ms. Jozelle Luster Booker.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming.
Glad to be here today, especially engaging with you in this setting.
Yes, because we've done lots of great things together, but
absolutely.
Yeah, so I definitely appreciate you coming. It's all about relationship building. So
absolutely.
Entrepreneurs, make sure you're building great relationships out there. You never know when you're going to need them or when they may need you.
Right.
So give us a fun fact about you.
Well, fun fact. Fun fact is that I am now a great-grandmother.
Oh, wow. I'm a grandmother too, so I love that. I know where your heart is.
Yes. So we have our first boy.
Okay.
We have, my husband and I combined, we have 3 daughters, 6 granddaughters.
Oh, wow.
And now the first boy, 1 great-grandson. So we're very pleased to have him join our family.
A leader of the legacy. That's going to be great. That's going to be great. Ms. Booker, tell us a little bit about how your journey started that led you to MMBC.
Wow. It's a journey that I wouldn't say that, well, it's one that it was not, I wasn't on a path or searching for that. I have been involved in economic development early in my career.
Okay.
When I was actually working in economic development for Memphis Light, Gas, and Water. And the next stop along that journey was when MLGW created its supplier diversity position. And I saw that posting and I said, that's economic development, because it's really what it was. And so I moved into supplier diversity. Then my responsibilities were enlarged, and I got the contract section, then the purchasing section, then responsible for all 3, working with business owners that were looking to do business with Memphis Light, Gas, and Water.
Okay.
And then the opportunity that MMBC brings or brought was an opportunity not to just help businesses do business with one entity, but to really help businesses to be able to do business with any entity in the public and private sector. And so that became my passion, I guess, years ago, working purely in supplier diversity. And so today I get to get up every day and go to work and do the thing that I'm most passionate about.
That is awesome that you said that, because so many of us, if we stay on that journey and we pay attention to our talents and our gifts, it'll lead you to where you're supposed to be, your purpose in life. And I love that you said that you get to get up early every morning and do what you love to do. That's the same with me. And people like, oh, you do so much. Why you do this? You're in so many things. But everything I do, it's around branding. And I learned that from Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Enterprise taught us how to brand the company, how to believe in ourselves and know that our brand is the most valuable thing we'll ever own. Absolutely. And that stuck with me. And from then on, and this is back in 2000. So I'm like 25 years in the game of branding. What does your brand look like? What does it mean? You know, your customers or your clients' perception is your reality. Let's make that what it should be. And so I think that's kind of where most entrepreneurs probably get their passion from, something they started doing. It's like, oh, I like this. Get promoted to something else, get promoted to something else, and you kind of stay in that lane. Yeah.
And the branding part, it may not be a part of an entrepreneur's journey or their business operations that they think about, and that they see it, they name it, and they have a strategy around developing a brand. but in their thinking. I think changing their mind shift or pivoting their thinking to realizing and understanding the importance of a brand is one of the things that is really going to set their business apart. It's going to help them be able to articulate what they do better. And then it also establishes their place in the market based on their brand and what people see and believe.
I couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah, so that it's a vital part of a business's growth and success.
So for our entrepreneurs and the listeners out there that may not have heard of MMBC, why, I don't know, but let's assume that they may not. Can you tell us a little bit about the MMBC and how it helps our community?
Well, first of all, the MMBC Continuum has been around for over 40 years. So, and we were created out of corporate Memphis. So when you think about an organization that connects minority and women-owned businesses to corporations, we're unique in that. In that we have and we serve both bodies or memberships, the corporate, public, and private sector, as well as minority and women-owned businesses. And what we do is we connect the two. So when you think about basic marketplace or economics, it's all about supply and demand. So the corporations, public and private entities, they create the demand in the marketplace. And then through the minority and women-owned businesses, that's the supply. So we connect the two.
And so it's a win-win for everybody.
It's a win-win for everybody. And what we do at our core is provide solutions. So solutions for the corporate partners and supporters, as well as the minority and women-owned businesses. Sourcing is what we do. We were created to provide minority and women-owned businesses to corporations. So sourcing is what we do that's key. So if there's a minority or a woman-owned business out or a socially and economically disadvantaged business, there's a new term in the marketplace, it's SETI. So SETI is any business that identifies themselves that way. So we serve across those populations. And so for people that have not heard of us, we have a anchor event, a signature event that's close to our brand. This is our 18th year. We have an annual economic development forum. So there could be people that have heard of the EDF or the Economic Development Forum and may not have known that it's MMBC that creates that event. So that's what we do in this marketplace. We provide economic impact, economic uplift. And so when you think about the outcomes of the work that we do and how vitally important it is to this community, especially creating jobs to primarily, and in many cases, the unemployed or the underemployed through our minority and women-owned businesses. And think about Memphis and our demographics, the number of women we have in this marketplace, and whether they are business owners or just mothers, the impact of our work in providing employment for those individuals, but also helping them create a better quality of life for their children and the people that they take care of. So MMBC, we are the solutions provider. We are the anchor between public and private corporations, as well as minority and women-owned businesses.
And see, it's a great thing for entrepreneurs because while they're out there seeking how to get their business out there, how to grow their brand, you all have the solutions. You're the anchor to, we know what the companies and nonprofit organizations need, what they're looking for, and we can help you cater your program, your success, your business, or your service to fit their needs. Because otherwise, we would just be knocking on doors. We would get the gatekeeper, let's just be honest, we'll get the gatekeeper, and it could take us years for something you can make a phone call for.
Right. So one of the things that we know for sure is that in this community, we have capable, we have competent business owners that work in industries or trades or wherever they work. They know how to do what they're bringing to the marketplace. And what we do is we look at and assess them based on where they are and where they're trying to go.
Yes, helping fill that gap.
Not only helping to fill the gap, but really looking to see if that business has the infrastructure that it needs to be able to grow and scale. And then you talk about the gaps, that's where we come back and we say, this is where you are, you're very good in these areas, and these are some things that we recommend that you put in place. And then together, work with them to develop that plan, that growth strategy of what it is that they need. And we do that by bringing in professionals and consultants and resource providers that can create a tailored plan for that individual business owner. We have a team of advisors,
Wow.
and we have tools and resources that we use to help businesses across industries to be able to not only start and incubate, but also to accelerate and scale.
Wow, that's very key, because whether you're new and you're just starting out, or you've probably hit a bump in the road where you've been stagnant.
Right.
MMBC is that place you go to and say, hey, I need some help. And you've got the professionals, the resources, everything that they need.
Right.
So I know they're probably like, oh my God, okay, this is good stuff. How much does this cost?
It depends.
Okay.
And let me tell you why I say it depends. Because we have a family of organizations or related entities. So the MMBC Continuum is a membership organization.
Okay.
And those businesses that become members of MMBC, certification is a pathway to membership. And so once a company goes through the certification, if you are owned by an ethnic minority, 51% owned by an ethnic minority, and you want an MBE certification, or if you're 51% owned by a white female and you want to be certified as a WBE, then you would pay for membership after certification, and it's only $300 a year.
$300 a year?
$300 a year if you want to be a member.
I pay $500 a quarter just for a photo shoot to try to brand myself.
Right.
I'm paying $600 for a billboard.
Yeah.
$300 a year, I can get basically an assistant to say, this is what you need to do.
So that is for companies that are in the B2B space.
Yes.
Okay, so you heard me, I said it depends.
Yes,
So
yes,
businesses that are in the B2B space that provide goods and services that a corporate entity would purchase, those businesses would want to be, and these are businesses that have the capability to serve a corporate client.
Yes.
So when
Which
you
is a large
when
client.
you think about a large client,
yes.
that means that these are companies that are in the growth stage or in the success stage. And they have not only the qualifications, experience, they have the working capital, they have the business infrastructure to be able to serve that corporate client. So those are the kinds of companies that would be interested in being certified and being connected to corporate clients.
Right.
So we also, so in the intro, you talked about the MMBC Continuum, our nonprofit, which provides training, but we also operate the Tennessee Minority Business Development Agency Business Center,
Wow.
which is the MBDA Business Center.
Yeah, for the state.
We have a statewide footprint. So since 2021, we have established this statewide footprint. We work with business owners all across the state of Tennessee. Through the Business Center, there is no cost. So any business, B2B, B2C, that is looking for access to capital, access to contracts or to be developed for contracts. If their capacity building across 5 different areas is needed, there's an assessment process to determine exactly where they are. There's no cost.
So no cost means no excuse.
Exactly.
Like, what do you have to lose to say, I'm going to grow and develop not only my business, but myself?
Right. And then with that, when a business owner comes to the business center, they're assessed, we see where they are. We can put together a growth development plan for them. And in many instances, some of the curriculum that is designed for them or the growth plan that is designed for them includes access to seminars, to professionals, and for many of our seminars, we provide one-on-one consultations with professionals.
To meet you where you are.
Exactly.
To truly see you grow.
Right.
We meet you where you are to help you to succeed. And you're helping to not only identify maybe gaps or blind spots, but you give them a plan, a strategic, executable plan to say this is how we move from level 1 to level 5.
From level 1 to level 5. And you heard in my background is procurement. Procurement, supplier diversity.
Every entrepreneur antennas go up when they hear procurement.
Yeah, procurement and so when they come in and what our team does, we have the ability to sit down with the business owner, especially those that are growing and scaling and they're interested in the B2B marketplace. So we know what that corporate client is looking for from the procurement perspective. And so when we're assessing businesses, we are preparing them to be successful. And these are all of the things that, not just the things that in what they are offering in the marketplace, but in the things that they need in their business, back office, support,
Yes.
resources, everything that they need.
How to bid.
Well, yes, and how to understand the bid
Yes,
process.
yes.
So everything that a business owner needs. And that is one of the things that sets us apart and have enabled us to be able to have the largest, most scalable minority and women-owned businesses as a part of our organization.
And you guys are doing such a phenomenal job. You're award-winning. You get awards all the time. I mean, you just recently got an award.
Especially on our Tennessee MBDA Business
Yes,
Center. And so to put in perspective what that means, there are business centers in almost every state. So there are traditional business centers like the one we operate, and there's one in almost every state in the country. And for the last 2 years, I think this is the last 2 years, our center is an award-winning center across the MBDA Business Center network. And that's based on performance metrics that business centers have to meet. And if you have a score of 100, you become a member of the Century Club. And so for the last couple of years, our center has exceeded 100. So we are very proud of the work that we do. And it's not just the recognition for the award, but it's the things that we do.
Yes.
The performance metrics that we meet
changed.
and the businesses that we're able to help. And to your point, it does change lives. And in some instances, it changes families because as those companies grow, and we have a number of businesses that are second generation businesses.
Wow.
And that's very important.
It is.
And especially today, where you have the first generation, in some instances, the ones that started the business, they're still working in the business, but now they've brought in their son or their daughter, and they are in leadership roles, learning the business and learning how to operate the business. And so we're engaging with them too, providing them access to the types of skills and management development skills that are available in the corporate world, but we're bringing those services and training to business owners.
Wow.
Because otherwise they would not have, they could possibly have access to it if they're members of professional organizations, but we're bringing those resources.
Right, and it's probably a long shot. And for a lot of entrepreneurs, I've seen a difference in those that may have worked in corporate America and those that have not. There's a different skill set, there's a different mindset that lives there. And for those traditional legacy business owners that you spoke of that are now adding their son or daughter or someone else in a family, so much has changed in how we do business.
Right.
And you all are there to say, let me show you what has changed, how you can innovate and scale your business from what was happening 20, 30, maybe 40 years ago.
Right.
So much has changed. And that original legacy business owner may not know how to even be a part of that and participate in that change because of the learning curve.
Right, and it's an opportunity for us to bring, I don't want to say bring everybody up, but I want to say to provide services across the board. So regardless of where they entered into the marketplace and started their business, whether they came from corporate America or whether they were a person who performed a trade and they got good at it and their business grew and they didn't have the benefit of working in corporate America, knowing all of the different business operations that they need. And so we're here now and we provide everything to everyone. But then the other benefit is networking.
Oh,
the opportunity for business owners to network with one another, to work together, and that's another valuable part of being a part of our organization, the ability to network not only with other minority women and SETI businesses, but also opportunities to network with corporate professionals.
And I can imagine, because we're here in the city of Memphis, I can imagine all of the business that you're helped grow that's feeding into the vision that our mayor has for our city, that our county mayor has for the county. You're feeding into that development for our economy.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when you think about businesses that cover the industry spectrum, every industry sector, we have minority and women businesses that are working in those sectors and working in neighborhoods. And so when you think about growing a city and you think about reducing crime, reducing poverty.
Right.
And
right.
these businesses are paying livable wages because we have businesses that are in construction, but we also have businesses that are in professional services. So those businesses that are architects and engineers and IT professionals and high wage industries where the jobs are high wage. And so when you think about that, as those businesses grow, really the impact that it's had on this community, because you have people that can buy homes, they can hire people, they are providing jobs in communities, and so
all those things that make our city a better place,
across industries.
Yes.
And so it's the work that we're doing is developing and assisting businesses, because we don't tell a business what they should do or the direction that they should go. We sit down with business owners to find out, what is it you want for your business? How do you want to end your business? Do you want to, do you have a child that's already working in the business? Do you want to grow this business and create a second generation, a legacy for your family? Do you want to grow this business and sell it? What do you want to do? And the plan and the strategy is different based on that desire of that owner. And so to that I say, when you think about the goals of Mayor Paul Young, City of Memphis, or the goals of Mayor Lee Harris of Shelby County government, the two of them working, leading, growing this community, the work that we do is vital to that.
Yes, it feeds right into it, because you know, when they have contracts and things that need to be done, they want to be able to give it to minority and small business owners. But are they equipped? Are they ready? And what I'm hearing is that MMBC equips you. We get you ready.
Absolutely.
And knowing as a mayor of the county or a mayor of the city that if I partner and lock arms with MMBC, we can definitely change lives, build legacy, make our city better, reduce poverty and crime, because people want something to do.
Absolutely.
Not every, let's say, high school student is going to go to college.
No.
And we want to keep them in the city.
Absolutely.
If they have a trade or something that they're good at, it sounds like you can help have a white glove service to enhance that, create a business for that person, that young man or woman, to say, here is something that you can do that's positive, that makes a change, that helps our community, and helps you build a legacy.
Absolutely. And I do want to say, we are very proud of the relationship that we have, both with the City of Memphis and Shelby County government. Both entities are partners with us in this work that we do.
Very good.
Working
very good.
with across those organizations and the people within them. And you're right, it is. It's what we do and how collectively and cooperatively with them that we can help realize the goals, their goals and objectives for this region and this community, because it is a region. And then the work that we're doing, so when I say the regional effect of it, so we're working in Memphis and Shelby County, but our business center most recently rolled out a rural business initiative as we talk about our work across the state. So we introduced and began a partnership with the city of Bolivar, Tennessee, and the city of Brownsville, Tennessee, and individuals and business owners around those areas. And so we talk about Memphis as the Mid-South region. So the work that we're doing expands not just within
the city and county.
City of Memphis, but it expands outside into West Tennessee in this region.
Wow, that is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. So for someone that's looking to grow with MMBC, what would you say you've ran across that are some common challenges that a business owner has had that you have had to help them work with?
I think common challenges for business owners, we kind of touched on it a little while ago, but it's really looking to see if they have a solid infrastructure. Because we have capable, qualified businesses that are licensed. They have capabilities to get, especially in construction, to get bonding, to get insurance. They have access to capital, but it's the growth piece. Because you're able to perform at a certain revenue threshold. And in order, how do they break through?
Right,
or move
how do
to
you
that,
scale?
To that next level. And so most of them, almost all of them, have grown organically over time. One contract, larger contract, gradual growth. But inorganic growth, those types of strategies are the strategies that are going to really make a difference for business owners.
I agree.
So whether they look at creating a joint venture, entered into a teaming agreement, and that too is determined by their plan.
Yes.
So
back to what is it that you want to
that
do?
you want. And so if we can create, and what we've done, we've worked with a number of our business owners that entered into a joint venture because they were working on the same project, and they were at their capacity for their capital, for the amount of equipment that they had, and they didn't have a lot of underutilized resources. But the project owner wanted to give them more. So they created a joint venture that increased their size and capacity and were able to increase their revenue on both sides based on that joint venture. So joint ventures, it's a term that people use interchangeably with subcontractor. They're not the same.
I'm glad you cleared that. I was going to say, so that's like me getting a contract and subbing a part of it out to somebody.
That's not a joint venture.
You're teaching us.
Right.
You're teaching
and so
us.
people use that term interchangeably. But a joint venture is when two entities come together and they create a third entity.
Okay.
And they do that for a number of reasons. Those two entities, when they join together, they may now have the capability to enter into a new market or to grow and move outside this geographic region or to grow within. So the joint venture, they determine what is it that they want to do. Do they want to do more on a larger scale of what they do every day, or do they want to enter into a totally new market?
Well, you can bring somebody on
that can
do something different than you do, but the two go together.
The two go together, and you could enter into a totally different market. So we have several businesses that have created joint ventures for different reasons and were able to grow and scale.
And the great thing from what I'm hearing from you, and if I'm understanding the joint venture correctly, is my price is my price. I can charge what I charge. I'm not having to pull from that to give to you, unlike a subcontract deal.
Unlike a subcontractor.
That makes sense.
Right. And so with the joint venture, you determine what are the roles of each party.
Right.
So you have those are clearly defined. You need a joint venture agreement that an attorney prepares for you, and you also need an operating agreement. So who's going to enter payroll? Who's going to pay payroll?
Yes.
Who's going to do the marketing? Who's going to be the spokesperson for this new entity? And it is something that is really catching on, but the biggest barrier or obstacle to creating joint ventures is trust.
Yeah.
It's trust. And so working with a company that you're familiar with, and there may be a company that you've known for years, you're familiar with them, you know the owners know each other, and it may be an easier path for them to enter into a joint venture than others. But you need that legal framework. You need all of that ironed out before you enter into this new partnership, this new marriage.
Because now you've got a contractual agreement that binds everyone and holds you accountable to what the agreement was.
Right, and it's the vision and the objective of the partners. So we have a number of companies that have done that. And we have those that have just grown over time.
Wow.
They've grown with us. They started with us years ago. And what is happening now, the owner is in a lot of our businesses went from entrepreneurs to CEOs. So they start out as an entrepreneur, and then their company grows. They develop they develop the business infrastructure, these different layers of management, and now they're the CEO. And they're the visionary. They're working on vision. They're working on strategy. And they have other people that are running the operations of the business. And so those businesses are those that have grown up with us, and now they're second layers of management. Their employees are taking the benefit of the services that we offer, which allows those businesses to continue to grow.
So this has been, oh my gosh, I have learned so much just sitting here. So I can imagine how much our audience has learned. So if they want to learn more, if they want to be a part of MMBC, what should we do?
So let me tell you a great way for people in Memphis and Shelby County to immediately engage with us
Okay.
is we have a program that we are launching with Shelby with the funds that we've received a grant from Shelby County government. It was awarded to us by the Shelby County Commission. And so we will be working, listen at this. This is aggressive, but it's the heart of what we do. And it is called Enhancing Business Ownership.
Okay.
But listen. We will be working in every county commission district, and there are 13 of them.
So every district is going to get their own personalized.
We will be working hands-on in every district.
Wow.
For 3 months. We will have 4 meetings working with business owners in each district from February to October. We'll kick off February, March, and April in 4 districts, and we'll start to push that out so people will know where the districts that we'll be working in initially. And then April, May, and June will be in 5 districts. And then July, August, and September. I may have had that overlay, but it's 3 months. 3 sets of 3 months. So let me get this right because I don't want to get it wrong. February, March, and April.
Okay.
All right. And then May, June, and July. August, September, October.
Okay.
So we will come to each district. There'll be a kickoff meeting in each district, meeting with people in those districts, working with them, bringing the resources that we have into those communities.
To say, here is the plan. We are here to help you.
So if it's a person, if you have a business idea, you're not quite sure what to do, or you're just starting up. So those are our startups and our incubators. So we're working with them. We have resources and services that we can help them get up and running. And then for our accelerators, those businesses that are up and running. And the beauty of this is B2B and B2C. It doesn't matter what the industry is.
And the networking opportunity is limitless.
The network, because what happens is you come and there could be someone that you have been trying to identify, and they might be at the meeting.
Yes.
And on top of that, they're in your same neighborhood, your same community. And so while we'll be working in each district during a finite period of time, but if you see the schedule and you're not available or your calendar does not allow you to come to a session when we're in your district, you can come to another district.
Wow. So you don't have to, at the door, show your utility bill to say, this is where I live, I'm in this district.
No. And it's all free.
It's all free.
Thanks to Shelby County government.
Wow.
And our MBDA Business Center, because we're using the resources from both to allow us to really scale this project across the county.
This is amazing.
So
it feels like the No Child Left Behind. It's like no business left behind. If you truly want to get your business off the ground, and you need help and can't afford it.
Right. And if you're already in business and you want to enhance it, it's for you too. Yes. So we'll be pushing that out. You'll see it on social media. It'll be on our website. We're going to be everywhere talking about how we can help business owners enhance their business operations. No cost to any business.
Shame on you if you are watching this show and you do not take advantage of this. One of the things about being an entrepreneur, a fear is you don't know what you don't know. And here is an organization that's saying, don't worry about what you don't know. We're going to tell you everything you need to know. And we're not just going to tell you, we're going to show you how to get it.
Show you how to do it. And so while we will have sessions or meetings where everybody is in the room, we will also provide participants to have one-on-one consultations. So if you don't want to come, to your point, because you think, well, I don't know if I know enough to come, don't worry about that. Nobody knows everything.
We will meet you where you are.
Right. So you come and we'll sit in the big sessions and we talk, but then there's opportunities for those questions that you're not sure of that you can quietly
ask someone.
Meet one-on-one with a consultant or a professional, and they can give you the guidance and the direction that you need.
Wow.
So we want everybody to come. We're all at different points. Every business owner, every entrepreneur starts at a different point. So nobody starts off knowing everything. And even today, everybody doesn't know everything.
Exactly.
Right. So,
especially to your point earlier, if you want to get into a new market, if you want to do a joint venture,
right.
if you're looking to scale and grow, you may not know what to do.
Absolutely.
That's a stress that you don't have to have.
Right.
Listen, you've got to get with Miss Jozelle Luster Booker and her team to
Absolutely.
get you where you need to be. This is the show for you to thrive in 2025. If you need any additional information, you can go to the website.
Go to our website, and I'm sure you'll
We'll
provide
have that. Yes.
Go to the website, call our office.
Mm-hmm.
We will be happy to sit down and talk to any business owner. If you're not sure if the organization is right for you, call us. Come
Yes.
in. We'll have
Yes.
a meeting. We'll talk about, what your goals are, what your desires are for your business, and we'll let you know how we can help you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only up to that passion that business owner has in their own business.
Right.
And their belief. And hey, bet on yourself.
Bet on you. You owe it to you to bet on you.
Bet on
if
you.
you're in West Memphis, Arkansas, if you're in South Haven, Olive Branch, if you're in Clarksville, you owe it to yourself to make a
Exactly.
drive. At least to get your business
Right.
to a point where you can handle it now because you've been advised professionally from the experts.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining this show. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing this wealth of knowledge. I can see people having this on repeat. Now, what is she saying? What's the name of that? And what do I do? Hey, this is it. This is
Right.
it for you guys. We appreciate you for coming on. Again, this is Real Talk for True Entrepreneurs. We'll see you next time.